Okay, I just wanted to share this is a house that I have made in House Flipper 2 in the Sandbox mode. I'm going to call it the Reflection House. So basically, I wanted to play with dimensions, the ground dimensions available for the Sandbox tools, where you can kind of take the ground down and up and create, different dimensions. And I just wanted to build a house, as you can see, that's on many levels and layers. And so there's a part that goes down with some water features. There's a part that goes up. That's the master suite. Anyway, so I thought I would take everybody on a tour of what I built here. So this is kind of the main entrance. There's what I would imagine would be a driveway, with a nice little slope up. And then there's a little walkway up. And there's a little pond over to the left. So I thought that was kind of cute, and had some fun with using the exterior tools to make it up and down and all that stuff. So I don't know. Anyways, this was kind of me having some fun with these tools. And let me unfly myself. So here's the main entrance, and so you come in. There's kind of this very modernistic entrance, and then this is the garage. So I get kind of this cute red and black and white gray theme. So it's a nice garage. And then come in, here is the main living area. So you kind of have a nice little family room. And there's a formal dining room, which I like the color scheme I did in here, and I gave it some skylights, which I thought turned out really pretty. And it gives you a nice, beautiful, opening to the water in the back of the house. So there's a lot of water. This house is surrounded by water. It's kind of like the Moat house. See, there's water surrounding it on this side as well. And then this takes you into a little casual dining area. And then this is the kitchen, with a very nice big kitchen with a huge island. A really nice kitchen. I like the kitchen, kind of keeping to that green theme to go with the dining room. So very nice, I thought. And then this has a nice view to this little pool out in the back of the house. So, and if you come down this hall, there's some more beautiful views in this home. Has a beautiful view of the exterior and the forest, and there's a little bathroom here. So just a powder room with a toilet and a sink. So you have some place to go to the restroom on this side of the house. It's a very big and sprawling house, and then this is kind of a main, family entertaining area. So big couch with I wish House Flipper 2 gave us the bigger TVs like House Flipper 1 does, because I would imagine you would want to have a huge television for this kind of an entertainment room. And then it has a pool table with a couple chairs, a little area to sit and hang out. And again, more beautiful views of the exterior of this home. It's very, very much a glass, and surrounded by woods and water. And then there's a little spot out here. You can come out. There's kind of a little pathway over the water. And there's a little barbecue, a little hot tub, another little spot to just hang out outside, enjoy a little fire pit. Just very much a entertainment spot to this home. Let's go deeper into the home. There's a lot to this house. It's a very big and sprawling home, but actually not a lot of, for as big as it is, there's not a lot of bedrooms. You'll see. Then there's another little powder room here. So again, just a little, the blue room, little toilet space, little view, beautiful view of the waterway in the back. There's kind of like a courtyard of water behind here. You'll see in a moment. And you can come down this hall, and you have a couple options. You can go into kind of the other sections of the home, off to the master, and then there's this takes you to kind of the guest suite, and we'll go down there in just a moment. There's a little utility room. I kind of went for this black and yellow theme. It's a little psychotic, isn't it? But whatever. I wanted to kind of keep to a theme, so it's double washer, double dryers, everything's stacked. Obviously, this would give you a nice, good space for all of your utility room needs. And then again, you have a lovely, surrounded by all this water, and there's some rocks, beautiful view of the rocks and a tree, and then more glass, more water surrounding you. And this takes you deeper into the guest wing. So this is kind of its own little, like a little mini attached house. And then so you come down here, and there's a little entertaining section. So just a couple chairs, or sofas, and little TV again. I would imagine you would want a much larger television than that. That's like the biggest one you can get, or whatever. So Then this has beautiful open windows out to the forest, and they're surrounded by more water. One of the things I thought about when I created this little section is I probably should have made some kind of an exterior door, but there didn't really seem to be a good spot to put one, because beyond this wall is just a big rock face, so there really isn't any place to walk there. I don't know. Anyways, then there's a little kitchenette, so if the guests are staying here, you can give them their own little kitchenette, little dining area, so they can take care of themselves without having to go to the other side of the home. And then there's 2 bedrooms basically. So here's the first bedroom, kind of a peachy theme. Just a bed, a little spot to sit, and they have a beautiful view of this little pond out here off the back, and then surrounded by water. And then they got a little attached bathroom. So just, basic bathroom with a toilet, a shower stall, a couple sinks. So if you've got some friends staying over, they have someplace nice to stay. And then again, another little bedroom with just a, bed, little lounging spot. Beautiful view of the forest, beautiful view of the pond in the back with the willows. I thought this was kind of a very nice, aesthetically pleasing scene, and they have a nice little bathroom of their own. This one has a little soaker tub, little toilet, little sink, so kind of whoever wants to stay where. And then, all right, let's go back into the main part of the home. On the little path walkways, I thought this was kind of a cute little connection. Then you go to this back part of the house. Here is an actual, I made a little swimming pool out here. So you have a little lounging spot, kind of a sitting area here. You can walk up here over there's a little moat. See the moat? A little bridge over the moat. Another little spot where you can sit and hang out. And this is an actual swimming pool, so you can go swimming. Surrounded by some, vegetation. And the rock wall up to the master section. But anyways, so then we'll go in here. This is a second bedroom in the home, a big grand bedroom, I thought. And this one has a beautiful view of the interior courtyard water. And this one has its own ensuite, so you have a shower, toilet, sink, and then they have a little built-in closet. So convenient if a couple people live in this home. I like the theme. I actually built this bed myself from the elements in the building tools. So this is kind of I call it kind of the health and fitness wing of the home. So there's a massage room, so you can have your therapist come and give you massages. So you have a little massage room that has a lovely view of the garden in the back, and just a little sink in an area for prepping and whatnot, and a little spot to sit down. So little massage room, and then they have, of course, a sauna, because we love a sauna. So a little sauna section, you can sit, enjoy the little hot sauna. And then there is a bathroom here with a large soaker tub. So a little soaker tub, a little spot for kind of catch-all, and a sink and a toilet. And then this has a lovely view to the garden as well. And then this is the home gym. So again, the difference between house number 1 and house number 2. Right now, house number 2 doesn't have a whole lot for gym stuff. That's kind of it. You can put this and some weights, a couple yoga mats, and one little bike thing. And this is dun 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 dun. The trampoline's kind of fun. Anyway, so and then this little, obviously this has a lovely view of surrounded by all this glass of the forest and the water in the middle. And then they have a pretty view of the garden in the back. And so we'll go back there now. So you kind of walk back down this walkway. There's a little stair up. Let's shut that door. And there's a little door out to the little garden, kind of a more formal garden with some beautiful flowers. I thought this was kind of pretty to kind of close off this section of the lot, so that you didn't have to look at, these lots have these weird broken things. I don't know. Anyway, so I wanted to kind of cover that. And so I thought I'll put a formal garden back here, and then it'll be, surrounded by some of the water and trees and whatnot. And then this section is kind of a study office area. So you have a little desk, a little spot where you can put some books and whatnot, and a couple chairs. But see, they have these weird broken things out on these lots. Anyway, so then this is the stairway up to the master. The master suite is all on this upper level, and then they have a huge walk-in closet, which, again, keeping to my purple theme. I love purple. So this is the master suite, and has a little seating area where they can hang out and lounge and enjoy the TV and have a nice view of the forest, a nice view of the house where they're kind of above and private. Some little bedroom. Oh, I never put lamps up here. Well, whatever. I mean, I'm not going to sell this house anyway. So then this is the bathroom for the master. So they have kind of this little shower stall seating area. Oh, look, I put leaves too close. Yeah, whatever. I wish they had like a cut fix, so like if you put plants up against the wall, they don't go actually into the wall. But anyways, so then there's a little soaker bathtub for this room. I gave it a skylight, put some pretty flowers out there for them to view. Plus they have a beautiful view of the forest, and then they have a little toilet room of their own. So that's kind of the house. So I thought this was, here we'll go flying god mode. This was kind of a fun little adventure to play with the manipulation tools. So basically I kind of like raised the land so that this was the highest point, and then lowered the land so that this was the lowest point, and then kind of had the middle spot, and then added all this kind of trees and rocks and everything to kind of give it this very out on a hillside aesthetic. I thought this pond turned out really pretty with all the using all the pool features and whatnot, and just kind of the big water and woods hill. My reflection house. So anyways, that's it. I'm gonna try to see if I can learn or teach myself how to maybe put this up on the mod.io so I can share it if other people want to kind of play around and walk through it, if they might find it of interest. Anyways, so that's it. That's the house. Hopefully you thought it was as pretty and cool as I thought it was. Thanks. Bye.